This episode of the Launch Your Teens podcast is brought to you by Signature Orthodontics in St. Paul and White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Signature Orthodontics, where you're treated by experts, treated like family. Online at signaturesmilesmn.com. You're listening to episode 3 of the Launch Your Teens podcast, where we help parents of students ages 12 to 26 set their kids up to graduate college completely debt-free, ready to jump directly into careers they excel at and love, even if they don't get a single scholarship. I'm your host, Jeannie Berlowski. If you've got a child between the ages of 12 and 26, you are probably sick and tired of hearing whiny requests for money. Mom, I need new tennis shoes. The ones you got me a month ago are the wrong color. And no, the $39 ones won't work. I have to have the $200 shoes or everyone will make fun of me and I'll be humiliated and I'll die. How can you help your kid become a genius at managing his own money while you have a great, hilarious time yourself in the process? Try this entertaining strategy. It's one that other parents are using with great success. During the summer after 9th grade, consider telling your son or daughter that you're ready to be done making his or her financial decisions. Explain that you're tired and you're busy, and this kid is old enough and smart enough, so you'd like him or her to just take over that responsibility. And then take your kid down to your local bank and help him open up a checking account with a debit card in his own name. And explain that you plan to deposit a specific amount of money into that checking account every 2 weeks, and that you will plan on him using that money to pay for all of his own clothes, shoes, school lunches, athletic fees, cell phone service, amusement park admissions, pizza out with friends, and all of his other teen life-related expenses. Create a clear written list of all the things you expect him to pay for with this money. And then take the total amount that you believe you spend on this child for these items in a year and divide that big number by 24. And have your bank automatically transfer that amount from your bank account into your son's checking account on the 1st and the 15th of every month. But wait just a minute. If your son has exactly what he needs to get by, that's no fun. That's no challenge. He won't learn anything from that. What you want is for him to learn how to deal with scarcity, how to handle lack, how to stretch and make money go a long way, how to be frugal, how to stretch a dollar until it screams. You've got just 3 years to instill this skill in your son. You had better start soon. And what you want to do is you want to recreate the Great Depression in your own home. Without saying anything about it to your son, I suggest you give him just about 65 to 70% of what you know it will actually take to cover all of his personal expenses. Watch him squirm and struggle to pay for everything he needs, just as you did when you were young and just starting out. Watch him juggle and plot and think and strategize. Watch him start saying no to paying retail at malls and instead start shopping on clearance racks, at consignment clothing stores, and at upscale thrift shops. Watch him fix his old tennis shoes with a rubber repair product he buys himself so he can wear them another season. Watch him start suggesting to his friends that everyone bring lawn chairs and attend free movie night in the park instead of paying $11 a head for movie theater tickets. Watch him learn valuable lessons when he runs out of money before his 2 weeks are up. Watch him realize that he needs to look ahead and see big expenses coming while they're still a long way down the road so he can plan and save up for them. And what will you do, parent, with the 30% of his expenses that you aren't giving him outright? Wait for a catastrophe. Teenage son says, Mom, prom tickets are only available through Friday and I forgot to buy mine. Can you please lend me $150 until the 15th? And mom says so empathetically, "Oh no, you're out of money. You can't afford prom tickets. That's awful. Emily, you'll be so disappointed if you have to call off prom. I would say this calls for breaking into your emergency fund." And the teenage son says, "Mom, I don't have an emergency fund. I haven't saved up for that yet. Could you please just lend me $150 just until the 15th? And mom, then genuinely sad for him and wanting to help, "Well, I can't allow you to incur debt for that. I mean, we don't believe in debt in this family, but how about this? I'll pay you $50 for every scholarship application you fill out in a quality manner. Do you think you could fill out 3 scholarship applications by Friday? I bet you could." When your child runs into a financial emergency as a result of poor planning, let him bear the consequences of his poor decision making. And if he gets so hard up for money that he has to beg you to lend him your cash, let him earn what he needs by filling out scholarship applications in a quality manner. You're the smartest parent in the world. You've already cleverly arranged your family finances, so you've got the money to pay him for that. You might want to start using this financial management system starting like the summer after your child finishes 9th grade. If you do this, you'll allow your son to learn valuable life skills that will pay off for decades into his future. And you'll free yourself from having to respond to whiny requests for money every day, because your reply to every request will be, "Sure, sounds fun. If you've got enough money to pay for that, I'm all for it." If you do this, though, follow the advice of my friends Joy and Patrick, who did this with their 15-year-old son. Joy told me, "Identify all the non-negotiable items in advance. If there are certain things you absolutely want your son to buy, tell him up front that he doesn't have to fork out his own money for those things. If you really want him to wear boots and a winter coat, use deodorant, brush his teeth, get haircuts, buy school supplies, and attend summer camp, for instance, tell him from the beginning that you'll happily pay for those things. If he runs out of hot lunch money, he can always make himself cold peanut butter sandwich sack lunches in your kitchen. But if he runs out of haircut money, you don't want him not visiting a barber for 3 years." There's more helpful information on exactly how to plan for and carry out this allowance strategy in chapters 5 and 11 of my book, Launch: How to Get Your Kids Through College Debt-Free and Into Jobs They Love Afterward. You can find Launch on Amazon at bit.ly/Berlowski. If you've enjoyed today's podcast episode, you can get the show notes, including all the links I've just mentioned, at jeannieberlowski.com/podcast. Just look for episode 3. You can also join our cause. Become a part of our mission to get high-quality, debt-free college and career planning help into the hands of as many families as possible. You can become a part of what we're doing in 3 ways. First, share this podcast on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or however it is you like to share content. And second, please post a rating or a review of this podcast on iTunes. Every review helps us to increase our rankings and create more awareness of the help we offer here. Third, please consider becoming a day or month sponsor of this program by supporting my work for as little as $2 a month on patreon.com. Your support helps me bring free help to low-income families who could never afford to pay for it. Learn more at patreon.com/getfreecollege. I'm Jeannie Berlowski, author of the book that is the comprehensive guide to debt-free college and career. Launch: How to Get Your Kids Through College Debt-Free and Into Jobs They Love Afterward. It's available on Amazon at bit.ly/Berlowski. To learn about my credential and background for being able to make these suggestions to you, and to learn about everything I provide that helps parents get kids through college debt-free and into jobs they love afterward, be sure to listen to episode 1 of this podcast. Thanks again for joining us at Launch Your Teens. Please subscribe on iTunes or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. And follow me on Twitter @jbrlowski. Until next time, remember, with just a little help, you can get the kids you care about through college debt-free and into jobs they love afterward. Note that information provided by Jeannie Brlowski, jeanniebrlowski.com, and the Launch Your Teens podcast is for general informational purposes only. Because an academic strategist cannot control student grades, test scores, individual family situations, or how well or how thoroughly parents follow offered suggestions, no representation, warranty, or guarantee can be made, and no liabilities assumed regarding any individual's ability to graduate college debt-free or succeed in career or in life. The author and publisher of this material are not engaged in rendering legal, accounting, financial planning, or other professional service, and therefore do not assume and hereby disclaim any liability to any party for any loss, damage, or disruption caused by errors or omissions, whether such errors or omissions result from negligence, accident, or any other cause. Seek the advice and counsel of a properly licensed attorney, accountant, certified financial planner, or other licensed professional for specific guidance on how to apply these principles to your family's individual financial situation.